was shot 6 times. They stuffed him in a trunk. My sister and I found him over in Vanderbilt. I remember it well, like it was yesterday. When we found him, they had him in the trunk of a car because he was like 6 feet tall, and he had him wedged in the trunk of a car like about 5 feet, and it took him so long to get him out of there. And there was blood and stuff just leaking from the trunk of the car. They didn't have to do that.
At first, the Fletcher family reported Bennie as a missing persons. They could not get a hold of him for a couple days. Once the state police got involved and family friends got involved, a family relative, which would have been a daughter, located the car, noticed that his wallet and personal items were in the front seat. Upon opening the trunk, they located Mr. Fletcher.
Bennie Fletcher Sr., great guy, wonderful father. 7 siblings, he raised us all, 7 of us. He worked hard every day of his life. He always by himself, took his mother to church on Sundays. He was a family guy, family father with his mother and his 6 children. Then it says a few months after that he was arrested for allegedly shooting another man in the head. Did they say why he shot him in the head? Because he knocked his hat off his head. You don't touch my father's hat. Anybody knew him, no, you do not mess with his hats. I didn't say why he shot him, say why he shot him, because he knocked his hat off his head. What he does in his personal life is his business. There may be a whole lot of people got prostitution rings. I've read in the paper about name brand people down here like judges and lawyers and stuff with prostitution rings. I don't hear them dragging them, but their names through the mud.
December of 1981, the state police made an arrest, Terry James Chidester, and in December of 1981, he went to a jury trial and was found not guilty.
They say he was a member of the Ku Klux Klan, the KKK, this Terry Chidester. Now, during the trial, they claim he wasn't a Klansman, that they had dismembered him the day before my father was killed. So now they're saying he's not a Klansman. But you know he's a Klansman. He was a Klansman yesterday, you're a Klansman today.
The speculation at the time through the reports was that this case surrounded itself with white females that were prostitutes. The report just shows that, individuals that were interviewed, thinking of the aspect of white women as prostitutes, possibly Mr. Fletcher assisting in that. The Ku Klux Klan didn't take kindly to that.
When the trial came up, there was a young lady that came up on the stand, Annette Jochebed. Yep. And during the trial, she came off the stand to the lawyer and demonstrated how the guy, Terry James Chidester, took her hand and put it on a gun, put it at my father's head, and he wanted her to pull the trigger, but when she tried to pull the trigger and went to pull it, she pulled away from his head so she couldn't shoot him. This is what Annette told the jury, what Annette told the lawyer, what Annette told the judge that Terry James Chidester did. She said, I drove around in the car with him, and I heard him in there struggling to live. He was in there so long. 6 months. She heard him in there struggling to live, and they rode around till he died. They rode around till he died and then parked him. How's it cocaine since she said he did it? That he did it. He killed my father. How is it cold case? Cold case means you don't have a murderer. You have a murderer, you set him free. How's it cold case?
One of the early interviews that led to Mr. Chidester's arrest was that 3 men were involved in this. And one of those tentacles off that investigation is we now have individuals, persons of interest, coming off these interviews.
I'm still not coping with it. It's just you just put it on the back burner, but it's just always there, like a wound and a scar. It's going to be with you till you go. My question is why? Why did they set him free? That's been my question since '81 when they said not guilty. To this day, I still wonder why they murdered him.